the Comic Gamer Movie Show. My name's Deshaun, and today I am here to review Creed 2. Creed Dos. Now, Creed 2 is the follow-up, obviously, to the amazing Creed. I will say that first Creed caught me off guard. I really compare that first Creed to John Wick in a way because a lot of people didn't expect much from that movie. A lot of people expected this to be kind of like a cash grab, like, why are you making this? This is kind of stupid. This makes no sense. Is Rocky fighting? What's going on? You know, is it gonna be Rocky? Was Rocky 5 all over again, or was it Rocky 6? Whichever one where that guy who Rocky was training, Tommy or whatever, wherever one where Rocky was training that one dude who went to the top and he became an asshole. Whichever one that's about, that's the movie where everyone was like, oh, is it just gonna be that? And no. Creed turned out phenomenal. Michael B. Jordan was great. Tessa Thompson was great. Everybody was great. Goddamn, obviously, Sylvester Stallone was fantastic. Got a fucking supporting actor nomination out of that movie. So, had some amazing fight sequences. Had some amazing heartfelt moments. Tugged on your nostalgia strings. It pushed all the right buttons. Now, to get to Creed 2. Creed 2 is very good. Creed 2 is very good. It's a damn good sequel. Not quite. Now, I will say, upon reflection, upon thinking on it, when I first got out the theater, I was like, damn, that was good, man. I was about on par. You know, I'm thinking John Wick 1, John Wick 2, because in my personal opinion, John Wick 1 and John Wick 2 are basically almost, in terms of quality, the same damn thing. It didn't go up, it's just maintained. It just maintained. And the action beats went a little bit up, but it just kind of maintained, just kind of leveled out. But this isn't as good. But not by a long shot. If I would have given Creed 1 a 9, I would give this one an 8. An 8 or an 8.5. At moments it's an 8.5, at moments it's an 8. But it never drops below that. It's a damn good movie. I'm just going to give you my score off the top, just in case you just want to hear that. You just want to know my score in a nutshell. It's an 8. It's an 8. It's an 8. It's a solid 8. It's a damn good sequel. It's a good damn follow-up. It's not quite like an Empire Strikes Back or a Godfather Part 2. It's not like Winter Soldier, where it takes it to another fucking level, and it's like, damn, you went from here to here. It's like, you went from here, and, you know, it's like you went from here and you just had like an OKC, and you went from here and you still won the chip, but it wasn't as easy last year. It's like for my sports viewers, it's like the equivalent of I guess if you want to, it's like the equivalent of a team winning the championship, going undefeated, and a team winning the championship with 2 losses on their record. That's the best description I can give Creed 2. They had 2 losses on their record, but they still won the championship. It still had a great ending. It still had great fight sequences. Still had a lot of heart, because Sylvester Stallone and Michael B. Jordan and Tessa Thompson are just phenomenal, and they're still phenomenal. But the thing, Creed, it just lacked something. It lacked a little bit of something. The surprise factor, it lacked. Okay, 1 was the surprise factor. 2 was the bit of the it was still stuck in the shadow of the Rocky franchise. And it was still sort of stuck in the shadow of the Rocky franchise because, you know, as Creed 1 was trying so hard to get Creed from underneath his father, and we finally think he might be over that and finally out from underneath his father, this movie kind of brings it back up, and it kind of I do not know the word. I know what progress, but what's the opposite of progress? Degress. It kind of degresses Creed's character a bit. And it doesn't feel very real when it does it a bit. Like, it feels like Creed's character had matured to a point that certain things would not affect him. Like, the certain things wouldn't have gone the way that they go in Creed 2. Like, you think that he had matured, and then it's like he hasn't. But that's one of the things. But one of the main things that brings Creed 2 down, that ironically is why Creed 1 was so amazing, is it is a bit by the numbers. It's a bit by the numbers. It's a bit by the numbers. You know what's gonna happen. Whatever image you have of Creed, you already know how it's gonna go. You already know how it's gonna go. You already know what's gonna happen. There is no special twist. There is no, amazing thing that changes that you're just like, oh, okay. You know what's gonna happen. And that is that I'm not gonna tell you what's gonna happen. I'm sure you know what's gonna happen. And that is that, it's gonna end how you think it's gonna end. But the one spark that made me go 8.5, that made me go, this is pretty damn good. This is almost as good as Creed 1, was the Dragos. I love the Dragos. Like, the idea of Ivan Drago is this broken man who lost every fucking thing after that fight. He lost everything. He makes it very clear to Rocky that I lost everything. He lost, the respect of his people. He lost sponsors. He lost his fighting career. But he never got to fight again after that. His wife left him. I mean, it was terrible. And all he has is his son. And all he has is this pit of rage and anger. That it's not like that he pushes upon his son that, like, my son will change all of this. My son will redeem our legacy. He'll redeem our name. He'll redeem our legacy. He'll redeem our name. And the pressure on his son, and the actor who played his son, I don't know who he is. I'm pretty sure he's an actual athlete who got just cast for this role, I'm supposing. But the guy's got something. Now, he's got a little something. Like, when there's a scene that happens, this is minor spoiler, where the mother shows back up and he flips out and he's angry, and he's understandably angry. And there's scenes too where, like, there is a little twist near the end there's a little twist near the end where you feel so bad for Drago. You feel bad for Drago. You feel bad for his son Victor. I mean, they're just, like, shit just happened. Like, life just took a collective shit on them. It did. Life just took a collective shit on those guys, man. And, like, the pain between a father and a son, it's beautiful to watch, really. It is one of the most beautiful, heartbreaking things, is that they were driven to this. And it's quite amazing. Those guys did a great job. I've heard people say that maybe the movie would have been better if it was from the Dragos' perspective. And I have to say, it damn sure would have been an interesting movie if it was from the Dragos' perspective. Because they had a lot of story to be told. I will say, now that I think about it, the movie probably would have been better if it was from Drago's perspective. Because there was so much story left on the board for the Dragos. It was so much story. Like, what happened? What exactly happened that led to the wife leaving him? What exactly happened that led to his countrymen turning on him that bad? Like, how do they feel about it? Like, there's so many things. There's so many things that could have been explored with the Dragos. And I hope, because I know they're going to make it to Creed 3, especially if this one makes tons of money. I hope I get to see exactly more of the Dragos, because they were great. They were great. I enjoyed them. The son is jacked all shit. I literally turned and looked at Wooly and was just like, I would not want to get hit by Victor. Good God. What the fuck is that dude eating? That dude is scary big, man. Woo! I'm like, okay. Chill out, bruh. But anyways, I give Creed 2 an 8 to an 8.5. To give or take. Some moments it's an 8.5, some moments it's an 8. It's a solid sequel. It's a good sequel. Has some amazing emotional beats. The main cast is phenomenal, but it's held back by a plot that's pretty paint by the numbers. But they execute that plot so well, and they get your emotions so rattled up that you just don't give a fuck that it's paint by the numbers. You simply don't care because it's too late. You already care because you already care about these characters. It's kind of like the Age of Ultron thing that I've always said about Age of Ultron. Is it's a bit paint by the numbers? Is it a bit this? Is it a bit that? Yes, but you already care about these characters. So you're so invested in these characters that they can get away with some of the other shit. And that's the same thing with this. That you're so invested in most of the characters that they can get away with the other shit. Like, we're invested in Creed and his characters, and they're portrayed so well that the paint by the numbers story can't hold it back. But the paint by the numbers stories, the regression of Creed's character, and the and the expectation that you were expecting this to be good is that it didn't catch you off guard. It didn't catch you off guard with that level of, wow, this was way better than I thought it was gonna be. And then your mind kind of gets racing to, well, it was great, man. It was way better than I thought it was gonna be, which it was great, and it was way better than I thought it was gonna be. But you were expecting this to be just as good as that or better. That's just a natural human mind. Whenever a great movie has a sequel, you're like, well, it better be as good or better. And this movie was not as good, but it was damn sure close. And the Dragos almost put it over the top, man. The Dragos almost put it over the top. Rocky's performance, Sylvester Stallone's performance, and the Dragos almost put this movie over the top. But I got to give it an 8.5. I'm gonna settle on an 8.5. Now that I sit back and think about it, I'm gonna settle on an 8.5. The Dragos were just great, man, to me. They didn't get a lot of screen time, but like a great Marvel villain, they did a lot with the screen time they had. Like a great Marvel villain, they did a lot with the screen time they had. Think Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton only had maybe 20 minutes of screen time, but he did so much with those 20 minutes that you just remember him as this great villain. And they did a lot with that, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. Thank you for joining me on the Comic and Movie Show. Have you seen Creed 2? What did you think about Creed 2? And I shall see you on the next one. Please remember to like and subscribe. Deuces.